I'm here with Shane Harte.
Hey, hey.
So some of you might know him from The Next Step or the new show Lost and Found, which is coming out next year. But he's also a really good singer-songwriter. And hi, Shane, how are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Awesome. By the way, I really like your hair.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. I decided, you know what? I didn't want to look like every other guy on the tour, and I wanted to kind of stand out a little bit, so I was like, life's too short. I'm going to dye it blue.
I so agree. I agree. So your family is a musical family. Your dad was in a band.
Right.
Is your whole family musical? What was that like?
I mean, my whole family is very musical, and growing up, I had lots of uncles who played guitar. My dad who sang, and my sister who sings as well. And so I never was not around music. You know, it was always something that was enrooted into my family. I just never really knew I could sing until I was about 12. And my dad turned around to me in the car, and I was just singing along to the radio, and he was like, you know what, you have a pretty good voice. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm going to do this now. I'm just going to pursue it. And ever since then, it's just been what I've loved to do.
Yeah, and then you started singing, and then you got big, and so growing up, your dad just turned around and just like, hey, you have a good voice. You should pursue this.
Yeah, I mean, my parents have been really great, and they've always been really, you know, they've always cherished my sister and I's talents and always wanted us to do what we wanted and never really held us back from what we wanted to do. So I have a lot to owe to them, and I thank them for a lot. And he just turned around to me and looked at me and said, you know what, you could do it. And I was ecstatic. I just went for it.
Yeah. So I was really excited when I heard that you were in the choir with Classified at the MMVAs. What was that like?
Oh, that was crazy. I mean, that was a few years ago, and my singing teacher had the opportunity of rallying about a bunch of kids to sing on his song Inner Ninja, and so we did that and we recorded it, and then he reached out to us and said, hey, do you guys want to perform with me at the MMVAs? And we were all like, of course we do. It was amazing, and it's a lot of fun being on that stage for sure. A lot of great vibes for sure.
I'm sure, and Classified performed on that stage, and I'm sure that you had no idea that you would be performing here now.
No, I had absolutely no idea. I mean, obviously at that point I still knew I wanted to do this. I still wanted to be a musician, and I knew that, but I just never thought I'd be given this opportunity so early. I mean, as soon as I graduated high school, I thought I would be roughing it out for a really, really long time. But the opportunity has come to me, and it's been great.
Yeah, so you must work really hard to do acting and music, because you do. Does it ever get too much?
No, I mean, everything so far for me has worked out pretty well scheduling wise, but I mean, I am working really hard. I mean, I'm doing a lot of things, and I don't really get a lot of rest, but I mean, I love it though. I mean, I'm doing what I love, and it doesn't seem like work, which is the best part. If anyone can find a job that doesn't feel like a job, then you know you're doing it right for sure.
Yeah, that's the exact same with me. For my blog and when I do speeches, it's work, but it's same with you. It's always just like fun.
You just love it so much it doesn't feel like work.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what's so great about it.
Exactly.
If you weren't doing what you're doing now, what else would you do?
I've tried to think about that myself, and I can't at all. I mean, I don't think I would be happy doing anything else, and I've told my parents that, and I told them that for a long time, and they've always believed me, and they've always truly believed that I could do it. So I don't know what I would be doing. In all honesty, I can't see myself doing anything else. I think I would just be writing songs in my room still if I wasn't doing this. I would still be trying to do it somehow.
Yeah. So you've accomplished a lot this year. You had your first music video, and you're here. What's your personal highlight?
My personal highlight, I think, so far has been this tour. I mean, this is my first tour as an artist, and it's the first time that I get to show people in front of a live audience what I can do, and it's been amazing. I've gotten a lot of great response from the audiences so far across Canada, and I couldn't have asked for a better first tour. So this for sure is a highlight in my career.
So I'm really passionate about bullying, and something that I share on my blog is that, you know, just to stand strong and because I'm a big believer, one of my passions is bullying.
Of course.
And what's your advice to kids that are being bullied for just who they are?
I experienced bullying growing up. I mean, I was always a kid that was different from everyone else. I wasn't the boy that was running around playing sports all the time. I was always the guy with my guitar or wanting to write. So I think my biggest piece of advice is knowing who you are as a person and and I think that goes a long way. It's hard to be confident in who you are when you're younger, but if you can find something that you are good at and put all of your love and all of your time and effort into it, it does make you more of a confident person with what you can do. And another piece of advice I would have is talk to someone. I think a lot of kids don't have the confidence to tell someone that they're being bullied, but nothing ever really gets done if you keep things to yourself. But it's so hard. I think if you can talk to anybody, it doesn't have to be, you know, someone that is of authority. It could just be a friend or someone that you know you could tell. And I think if kids can talk about it more and really say how they're feeling, it would help a whole lot.
Yeah, definitely. And like one of my advice to also kids is just to not bully the bully, because then it just makes things a lot worse.
Fighting fire with fire does not help any situation at all. I mean, I do know a few kids that end up being bullies because they were bullied, but it doesn't fix anything. You're very right. Right.
Is bullying your issue, I guess?
I mean, yeah, I think for me, I have a very low tolerance for discrimination in any kind of sense, and so whenever I see someone being bullied for anything, it rubs me the wrong way. It makes me very frustrated. So I definitely think bullying is something that I'm passionate about. I want kids to know that they're not alone and that they can fight it and they can pull through it and become a great person and worth something. You know.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Shane.
No worries.
Yeah.